if you're going to work with a practitioner that's a doctor, definitely, I always ask the question, and you should ask this question, who is your doctor? Are they overweight? Do they smoke? Are they going through a lot of relationship issues? Do they practice what they preach? And you'll start to kind of put things in perspective. They definitely should walk the talk and be a true role model, and you should feel truth when you're around them and when they're working with you. It's really, really important. If there was something filled with fluid and it sprung a leak, it would make a lot more sense to fix the leak than to mop up all the mess, right? So instead of mopping it all up, fix the cause of it, it wouldn't be leaking. Now, in the Eastern traditions, even in Qigong, they talk about this. In my book, I talk about where's the key link, or where's the weakest link in your chain of health. It's the same thing. Eastern Western viewpoint. Where are the leaks in your life? So that's where you're actually leaking what they call chi or energy, right, out of your life. Whether it's relationships or your diet or how you're breathing or wherever the leak is. But you got to fix those leaks if you want to bring your health up to a different level. So short term, like I said, what's missing right now? And then you apply that thing and you get the quick fix. Because as the old adage says, a chain is only strong as what? Your weakest links. And that's how to get the quick fix. You target the weakest link. I'll come back to this probably again at the end of the lecture to remind you. Focus on the art, not the science. The science of health is complicated, and this is what people get wrapped up in. If I said to you the stress response was governed by the hypothalamic, neural, adrenal, pituitary axis, part of it is governed by the limbic system in the brain, which is made up of the amygdala and the hippocampus, do you really need to know that? No. That's the science. Who cares? That is not what's going to regulate the stress response. You understanding how to implement certain basic things to regulate your stress is what you need to focus on, right? Not the science. Most of the time, the science just validates the art. This study says some aspect of healthy living is good for you. And we can bring that life force through us with breath. It is the spiritual, physical bridge. It's also the mind-body bridge. So breath is powerful. It's something we do 20,000 times a day. That's why it's a great ROI. 20,000 breaths in a minute, minutes in an hour, hours in a day. That's how you get to that number. Because when you do the math on that, it's approximately 20,000. I don't know about you, but think about it this way. Any slight improvement in how you breathe times 20,000 is going to be quite an improvement in how you feel. And you can't say that about many other links. This is amazing to me that people pollute the very air they breathe. Now, most of you conscious beings in this room aren't doing that, but if you go to places of work or you're living in your living situation where people aren't so conscious, you have the spray stuff, the things that plug in and squirt out, cardboard pine trees that absolutely stink, right? And everything. These are air polluters. These are not air cleaners, they're air polluters. So don't pollute the very air you breathe. Therapy is a process that ultimately should be a natural process, and I don't think that you should have to recover from whatever you're recovering from plus the treatments for it. So that makes no sense to me. It's never made sense to me. It probably never will make sense to me. And I'll give you an example to put it in perspective. You should not have to recover from therapy. Therapy should help you recover. Okay, medicine, it comes from the word medicina, which means the art of healing. Okay, the art of healing. And we'll come back to that later, the difference between the science of health and the art of health, because it's a really, really important concept. Certain laws that govern us, we're all bound by them. My expression in the book is Mother Nature's not prejudiced. Okay, it's saying the same thing. Rules are the rules, people. You don't have to like them, but it doesn't make them not true. The more you cooperate with nature, the better you're going to feel, I promise you. And it's not a life of deprivation. It's actually a life of more fulfillment.